Hello everybody, Imminent Storm here. Welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. In the last episode, we continued our exploration of the Shadow Curse lands. We happened across a group of Harpers, who we helped defend from the shadow creatures of this realm. Not entirely successfully, but we did what we could. And then they led us to the Last Light Inn, where they're holed up with the Tieflings who left the Grove back in Act 1. But we had to get past Jaheira, the, I guess, leader of this camp, who is a really famous druid. I think she's a druid, who we had to convince we are not actually a true soul and part of the absolute cult. Fortunately, we had some of the Tieflings vouch for us, Mole in particular. And so we got past that, we came into the camp, and we found Damon, who crafted an installation system for Karlach's infernal engine so that she can now actually touch people again, which is fairly significant. But she got bad news in that if she does not get back to Avernus, her engine's going to blow and kill her. So we'll have to see about that. But for now, we're going to continue exploring the camp. I did do some shopping, and I got myself a new great axe.
I don't need any attention right now.
Which, that's the wrong button. New great axe. The Defender Great Axe. Which, when we make our first attack of the round, we can reduce the weapon's enchantment by 1, which I think reduces its overall damage a little bit. To increase our armor class and saving throw bonus by 1, and since we're a frontline fighter, that will be very nice for when we don't have Lae'zel in the party, which I'm thinking about swapping her out soon for someone else. We've had her in the party for a while now. We'll see. We need to get Will, because I haven't used Will much. And we'll have to function as basically the tank in that case. Us and maybe Karlach. The other thing that I did is I got this Cloak of Protection for Lae'zel, which gives her a +1 to armor class and saving throws as well. So that'll be very nice for her. Everything else in there's some other nice gear, but it's all too expensive.
Very well.
Alright, so let's head in. Keep chatting with people. Harper Tumaril.
Let's head inside. There's food and warmth to spare.
Okay then.
Yes.
Dark Maw of the Wicked.
Is that Dark Maw the
Premium
Wicked?
trinkets and doodads.
I don't believe it. His territory ran from the Wood of Sharp Teeth to Cloakwood. Took half an army to drive him out. How did he end up here?
I wonder if that's a reference to previous games. Ah! Metis.
Welcome to our humble... Wait, are you Karlach? A lot of us were in Avernus. We saw you fighting. You were so good.
Well, yeah, I guess I was. I mean, you should avoid fighting for devils if you can. But if you can't, it helps to have a good right hook.
I saw you lay out a Maw demon in 2 hits. Bam, bam! We were all like, whoa! How'd you learn to fight like that?
Had to. Life didn't pull any punches. It was up to me to learn to take a hit and deal one back.
I've been tossed around a lot too. I want to learn how to fight back too.
From the look of things, you've got your wits about you. A clever mind and a bit of style will take you a long way. Fight with those, and you may find you never need to use your fists at all.
In that case, want to buy a lucky ring I found?
Ha! Nice try, Shorty. Keep it up, though, and you'll be scamming with the greats in no time.
Scamming with the greats. Oh, it was a kid really looks up to you. That's nice to see.
It is, isn't it? Hope he makes it out of this mess with his wits in one piece. I'd like to see him set up in a proper home in the city. Every kid deserves that.
Last light, check it out. We've gone legitimate, and Mole put me in charge. What do you need?
All right. There's the first happy face I've seen in a good while.
I'm alive, ain't I? What's not to like?
Oh, good attitude.
I'm not supposed to mention it to anyone, but I do have something pretty special in stock. A key. What does it look like? What does it open? What treasures await behind its lock? That's for one lucky buyer to find out. Mole gave it to me and said I shouldn't let it go to just any old jackaday.
It could be anything. All right, well, we'll just, I'm gonna take good care of the key. We don't really need it.
Don't worry. It isn't leaving my sight. Don't be shy. Have a gander at the finest stock.
Do you actually have any stock?
In the market for something special?
Let me see what you have. Okay. Let's see. Cloak of Cunning Broom. Where it disengages, they create a foggy cloud with a 2-meter radius that lasts for 1 turn. And some evasive shoes gives acrobatics and armor class +1. I mean, that's not bad. But, well, got some thieves' tools and some trap disarm kits. Don't really need the thieves' tools, but can actually use the trap disarm kits.
Pleasure doing business with you.
So I'll take
Premium
those.
Trinkets and doodahs.
Don't wander far. We need to talk.
Yeah, I'll chat with you in a minute. Ceres?
Thought you'd be 10 yards tall the way Zevlor spoke of you. Ceres, Scout. Seems we missed one another at the Grove, but the others told me how you helped us. A pity. You pulled them from one death trap, only for me to land them in this one.
What happened? Where's Zevlor?
Gone. And more than half the others with him. We were ambushed, out in the cursed lands. Cultists of this absolute. Zevlor froze, begged us to surrender. But they were toying with us, making examples. And we'd had enough of taking it. Those of us who cut free just kept running till we found this place. The others... maybe the cult got them. Maybe the curse.
Alright. No, we won't go with that route. You did right. You do not want to be a prisoner of the Absolute.
Prison's the best I can hope for the ones we left behind. Zevlor seemed to think the cult wanted us alive. I almost hope he never found out why.
Probably to infect them.
Premium trinkets and doodahs.
Alfira.
Oh, you're all right. Thank goodness. I was worried they'd got you too.
I heard what happened, that people were taking a moonrise.
I keep replaying it. Over and over in my head. They lined us up like dogs. Asherak was with the kids, telling them it was going to be all right. Maybe that's why they picked him. Told him to kneel. They took his eyes first. Then his tongue.
How did you survive?
Roland, of all people, saved us. He said he stayed in the Grove because of you. And I'm damn glad of it. Without him, well, none of us would be here.
Roland, the apprentice wizard?
Yes. He shielded me and the kids, while his brother and sister rushed the cultists. Cal and Leah were dragged away, along with the others. Roland isn't taking it so well. None of us are, to be honest. How do you do it? How do you keep going?
I'll just take it one step at a time.
You make it sound so easy. But I'll try. You've done so much for us already. But I have to ask. The others might still be out there. If they're not dead, they're in Moonrise. And gods have mercy on anyone in that hell's pit.
Alright. Don't worry, I'll find them.
Thank you. If anyone can manage it, you can. Just be careful out there, all right? I can't handle anyone else dying.
Alright, well, we'll see what we can do about that. Anyone else still kicking around here? Ah, Roland.
There's another bottle of Arabellan Dry back there. Put it on the bar, then piss off and leave me alone.
Jaheira said we should serve drinks, but that we shouldn't serve drunks.
Jaheira didn't save your ragged little tail from the cultists. I did.
Yeah, the kids serving drinks. Alfira told me you're the reason her and the kids escaped.
Cute. Maybe she'll write a ballad about me. She can leave out the part where my brother and sister were dragged away screaming while I was saving the orphans. If you hadn't filled their heads with all that self-righteous heroic crap at the Grove, none of this would have happened.
You know where they are? No, we'll say then it's my responsibility to bring them back.
They're my responsibility. You go save the world. Or your own arse. Or whatever it is you do. I'll fix this.
I think not. I think you're just going to get yourself killed. Eat it.
If this is about Roland, go away.
I'm sorry he was mean.
He acts like he wished we weren't here. Like he wished he hadn't saved us.
But he did save you. That's what matters.
And now we're just trying to save him from drinking himself stupid.
I get it. You were trying to look after him.
Yeah. He did save us after all. Anyway, it's his loss.
What do you mean, his loss?
I found this book. Old, dusty, full of strange lettering. Pretty sure it's magic. I was gonna give it to Roland so he could learn new spells, you know? Beats drinking till he forgets the ones he knows.
Can I have it?
It's for Roland.
Do you really want to give it to him after how he's acted? We'll try and do a convince. Advantage and guidance.
Guess you can have it then. I don't care.
What do we got?
Anyway, I'm sick of talking. You can go now. Bye-bye.
The Way of the Wanderer.
Have a gun.
I want to convey that which I know deep within myself to be true. Would that I could bring each of you reading these words into this head of mine, this heart of mine, feeling as one. Perhaps then I could speak what words fail to describe. That home isn't home unless you're far from home. That love isn't love unless it unleashes you. That the sky is infinitely big as long as you can always see it. That makes sense? I think not. But perhaps the peripatetic patter of these words can create some rhythm approximating the joy of feet on road, with naught but everything ahead. Okay. Umi?
I tried telling Mr. Roland that he'd had enough too. He didn't like it then either.
Last night's best bargain.
That's the first words we've heard Umi speak?
Yes.
Mole.
Here it gives me reason to think
Look,
you're welcome and all, but I got to chat with bigger fish. Later.
Okay. Raphael?
I heard you the first time.
You're here. Well, how about that? Barkus root.
Ah, you found your way. Good.
What are you doing here?
I thought I'd scout ahead, check for any nasty surprises, of which I found a great deal.
And what did you find?
Shades, death, harpers, flaming fist, and this, of course, and the makings of an alchemist's workbench. Ingredients, too. There's a recipe I'm trying to replicate. Something that might help you. That is, if you're still going to help Wulbren and the others.
Of course I am.
In that case, you'll be very pleased to learn what I have in store for you. A new type of smoke powder. All the bang and boom of the original, but with an extra surprise. I call it the Brilliant Retort. You'll need it if you're going to survive this cursed place. You'll need it if you're going to get into Moonrise Towers and help the Deep Gnomes taken prisoner there. You'll need it if you're going to save Wulbren.
I'm always up for some smoke powder. How did deep gnomes get trapped in the towers?
They didn't get trapped. They were kidnapped. Taken against their will by those cultists. If I ever get my hands on one of them... Well, with you on the job, perhaps I won't have to find out. I'll do my part according to my talents. And you, I hope, will do yours. The Brilliant Retort will aid you. Thus, I will make it.
Anything I can do to help?
Unless you've got access to a 300-year-old Tempusian apothecarial almanac? No. But that's for me to worry about. You do whatever it is you do. Some of us are counting on you.
Alright, I'll go hit things really hard and make them dead.
It's good to see you again. I'd ask if you've made any progress with your little problem. But the telltale twitching of your eye is answer enough.
You again. I'm sure your arrival is simply a coincidence.
My dear, nothing is coincidence. Mortals trifle themselves with free will, as if their betters have not molded every potential path ahead. No offense meant, of course. I'm sure everyone in Last Light thinks they could have changed things. They're not the only ones ripe for temptation, you know. My last contract here fed me for decades.
You were here before? Why?
Family troubles. Not my family, of course. I never surrender knowledge for free. But one good turn deserves another, does it not? To repay you for the souls sent my way, I offer a taste of the truth. Ketheric Thorm, proud father, man of faith, utter fool. On the night the Harpers sealed him away, someone murdered his entire army in cold blood. Now who would possibly benefit from such a massacre? If you want to know more, I could work the exchange of such precious knowledge into the terms of your future deal. But the time for quibbling over clauses and contracts hasn't quite arrived. You'll be limping back to me soon enough. For now, I'm afraid you've already made me late for a meeting with another client. I'll see you soon.
Journal updated. The Pale Elf. He met Raphael at Last Light Inn, but before Astarion could ask him anything, Raphael seemed to think we'd meet again soon. So, So perhaps Asterion will have another opportunity. We don't even have Asterion in the group yet. We probably should have him in the group soon. All right. Jaheira, let's chat.
Please, be welcome. Have a drink. Oh, my gods. To your very good health.
I think she has a fan. Meet her, stare head on as you examine her body language. Sure. I have advantage on it. I'll go ahead and throw guidance on it as well.
She is anxious for you to drink the wine first, and it's an anxiety you recognize. Not every knave prefers a blade in the ribs or arrow in the back. Some prefer poison.
I have an advantage on the medicine check. Sniff the wine as he has been tampered with. It's an easy DC. And I just barely passed it.
You perceive a faint hint of cloth grass, a herb that is said to elicit the truth. Jaheira smiles at you knowingly.
It doesn't spoil the taste, if that's what you're wondering.
We can use our rogue. I prefer to use Venian's breath for interrogations. It doesn't carry a scent.
No, but it does leave the subject paralyzed. Whatever comes after, I would have you standing on your own 2 feet.
You know what? We're not going to lie to her anyway, so we'll go ahead and drink it.
Bottoms up.
Lae'zel and Shadowheart didn't like it, but so be it.
Well over a century old, and yet it hasn't lost a hint of flavor. Still not quite so sure about you, though. People tend to lose more than just flavor when illithids get their hands on them. I speak from experience. There's an air about you. Something alien. Answer me true and do not lie. The parasite is changing you, isn't it?
It's trying to change me, to win me over, but I'm resisting its temptations.
And you're certain you will continue to resist?
Yes.
Good. I will take your word for it. And hold you to it, too. I have every reason to be cautious. I've traced people like you. People with parasites in their brains. All the way here from Baldur's Gate. The cult of the Absolute is spreading through the city. Quietly, quickly, and with unsettling deliberation. We tracked them to this ancient village, only to be faced with a man we killed and buried over a century ago.
If he's back, perhaps you should have hit him harder in the first place.
Believe me, he was well and truly dead. I locked his corpse in the Thorn Mausoleum myself. He was a Sharan once. Took to building an army of dark justiciars beneath this very village. Alongside the local druids, we made it our business to see him deposed, dead and buried. But he's returned. Not only does General Ketheric Thorn live again, it seems he is no longer mortal. He has become, in fact, invincible. We met him on the road here, commanding an army of the Absolute, intent on destroying Baldur's Gate. I put an arrow through his eye myself, only to watch him pluck it out like a splinter. He healed right in front of me and chased us into the shadows. Things looked hopeless, but experience has taught me that no matter how bleak things look, There's always hope. You are that hope.
All right. What do you have in mind?
Protected by your artifact, you can infiltrate his forces at Moonrise Towers, posing as a true soul. Find out what it is that makes him invincible, so we can strip him of his advantage. Once Ketherick is without his shield, the sword, together we assault his tower and put a final end to this blight.
A solid plan, except it puts me right in the line of fire.
You're the only one who can get inside the towers. You were born for this mission. Or made for it, rather. Besides, you need this. You need to heal yourself of your infection. Any cure starts with understanding the disease. Whatever magic Ketherick's using to control these tadpoles, it must be at Moonrise. Until then, we keep drinking wine when we meet. Before you go, there's somebody else you should meet. You're not our only secret weapon. Isobel, a faithful cleric of Selûne, and a light in the darkness. She cast the moon shield around the inn. It's the only reason we're still alive. She's upstairs in her chambers. Tell her I sent you, and she'll see you through the shadows safely.
I already have a lantern that protects me from the darkness. We're missing the voice line. I'm sure it's very fine, but lanterns have a tricky habit of going out when you need them. Let's not spare him a few gifts the gods chose to give us, Okay.
Have a gander at the finest stock.
A little bug there. Now, you're showing up as a shop here on the map. Oh. We have Speak with Animals on. Let's talk to His Majesty.
Hiss! I say hiss!
What's got your whiskers in a twist?
This is my territory, and you're in it.
Marcus is permitted and I'm not?
Precisely.
My intentions are pure. I only wanted to admire you up close.
I'll allow it.
Why, the specimen you are. How did you come to this
I
place?
slinked, of course.
You seem like someone who knows what he's about. Heard anything interesting around here?
Good of you to notice. For my part, I have noticed the cleric is a liar. She promised me a bit of milk. Do you see any milk, do you? Nor do I. Disgraceful.
We'll quietly admire the cat.
You've had enough. Now go. Quickly. Hiss.
Lae'zel does not like us having fun with the cat. Come on, Lae'zel. Live a little. Pitchers of beer, some wine. There's a loot. Mug of beer. We'll take that. Anything else interesting in here? Nope. Except I'm going to nick all of the booze. Isabel's room.
Her focus is on and I suspect she'd sacrifice anyone to achieve that.
Actually, what I think we're going to do is we're actually going to end the episode here. We're kind of right at time. I could probably go a little longer, but I think this would be a good stopping point before we talk to Isabel. Harpa.
Last night's best bargains, right?
Take it easy while you can. We'll keep the watch.
Will you now? Let's just chat with these Harpers real quick, and then we'll go ahead and call it.
It's all up to you, chum. But no pressure.
Branthos?
We expect great things of you, so go. Be great.
Okay, then. Yeah, we'll go ahead and stop here. We'll meet with Isabel when we come back for next episode. So for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.